Hey man, welcome back to the DipdNWhipd CAST, man. I'm one of your hosts, Young Hefe, man, back in the building again.
And you know, I'm your boy Hoff with the CZ, man.
Hey baby.
Hoff with the CZ.
Hey man. Back at y'all with another one, man. Back on the green couch, back on that good spinach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
With my boy Big Hoff with that green sauce, man. That green. Damn.
that salsa verde, man. My bad. You know, I forgot to trim them boys down.
Nah, it's the niggas. I don't know. Debone my finger. All right, bro. I'm gonna steer this one because I feel good. I feel great today, man. Got some good sleep.
Got some great sleep,
you know, you on that trip, bro.
Got some great sleep.
Y'all know y'all on trips, y'all try to just be drained, bro. But we slept good last night.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? All right. Start with the freezing question, icebreaker.
I got a good freezing question.
All right, you ask me one, I ask you one.
All right, bro.
I got one.
You got one?
Mm-hmm.
I got a good one. Right.
How y'all doing today? Good. No.
Where is that? Don't let me lose it.
What time is it?
It's 10:32.
10:32.
East Coast time.
EST.
Yes, sir. Okay.
ETSG though. That's my dog. ETSG.
Hey, come on now. Ask yours first so I can find mine.
What's the worst advice you ever heard?
There's a lot of bad ones out there. Worst one I ever heard.
That's why you can't take advice from everybody. If he said
can't.
I got a Hellcat in there. You heard that?
Worst advice I ever received from someone was it was very vague in the sense of like I'm asking a specific question based on a specific thing, and I'm looking for a specific response. Not a specific response in how I want them to respond, but in a response of being more specific and literal about it. It's like, just keep doing you.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep doing you. And it's like, all right, I understand saying just keep you doing you is cool and all, but it's like, what does that mean?
No, for real.
Because if I'm lost and I just keep doing me, I'm gonna just continue to get even more lost. So how is that guiding me in the right direction to understand? Okay, there's a certain thing or certain pathway that I need to be headed down. But you just telling me just keep doing you is like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck am I supposed to
It's
be?
like a general blanket response.
Yeah, it's like one of those responses you give to somebody where you don't really have the answer, or you don't really feel like giving them like running down and giving them like real good advice. Just keep doing you. You know what I mean? And I would say that's probably one of the worst ones I received because it was just vague and it was just a blanket statement.
Why do you feel like people give that type of response?
I feel like sometimes people don't want you to excel or be better than them out of fear of you growing and them realizing they're in the same place. So and that doesn't have like a gender to it, that does not have an age to it, that can be anyone. So having like OGs in a sense where they're given free game at will, and then you have some who feel like, nah, bro, if I tell him that, he gonna one up me or he gonna do better than me, and he gonna be out of here, and I'm gonna still be stuck in the same spot.
Do you feel like every OG gives good advice or bad advice?
I feel like a true OG gives great advice because they tell you the good and the bad. You know what I mean? A motherfucker who is cosplaying as an OG just because of their age and they don't have the wisdom to be an OG, I feel like they give bad advice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think the worst advice I ever heard was don't get married.
Really?
Yeah,
I never had that one.
That's terrible advice. Like, why would you go tell somebody to not get married? Because there's just like, I don't know, like say like somebody will be getting yelled at by their wife, and they be like, look, hey, look, young man, get married.
That's because they hate their partner, though.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's where the bad advice comes from.
Yeah,
It's
they're
just,
miserable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they're
for
miserable.
sure.
Or like if they tell you something that at least before they tell you something, I say go seek it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go learn it for yourself before you go off somebody else's experiences. They probably just hate their partner, or maybe one of them just feel kind of lame, or they might be lame. But I don't think you should take advice from everybody, because some people just they just their own definition, if that makes sense. They are who they are. They define themselves, meaning that they probably are a one of one, or they don't think like you. So learn for yourself. That's my take.
Okay, I found my question. I finally
All
found
right.
it. What was or what is still your peak delusion?
What is or what was my peak delusion? My peak delusion was probably just, you don't know what silent is.
Bro, my phone don't go all the way silent.
Never was silent.
Bro, you can check my ringer. My phone don't go all the way silent. It goes all the way down, but never silent for some reason.
My peak delusion that I was right about everything. I used to have that bad, like that arrogance to me. Like if I say something,
that's law.
It's law. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I already did all the research, and I know, like,
Right,
nah.
this is the correct answer.
No, bro, you ain't know nothing. Not being able to, especially being like really combative after that. But that just would come from like just what we're gonna get into today is, surviving. Our topic of today is surviving high school.
Yep.
So, you know what I'm saying? Being around that environment, you learn how to be combative, because niggas are trying to crack jokes on you all day, or niggas always, questioning everything you say. It's just, that nature. So, what about you? I'm gonna ask you back, then we can get into the talk.
That you, like, when you get older, you'll have everything figured out. Like, I looked at my parents and I felt like they had everything figured out. And the older I got, like even now, I realize, nah, they still figuring it out. Are they comfortable? Yes, they're like very comfortable, but they're still figuring shit out as we go as well. So like you don't never stop learning and never stop becoming or evolving, because life is ever flowing. So there's going to be new challenges. Like just look at how we grew up, where there was no social media at a point in time to where there was, and then where now we're getting AI. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's like you will never have it all the way figured out. And I used to think as a kid, like my parents got it all figured out.
Yeah.
When I get older, I'll have it all figured out. Also, maybe when I get older, I'll stop being scared of shit.
Like what?
Like, you know how you watch scary movies and shit like that, and you believe in certain like monsters and stuff like that, right? Not monsters per se, but like people being scared of the dark and stuff like that.
You scared of the dark?
No, I'm not. I'm not talking for myself.
Oh,
I'm just
okay,
saying,
my
like,
bad. Yeah.
like fear itself will evaporate once you get older. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, like, being in a sense of like, oh, that shit won't affect me once I'm older. But realizing some people are still affected by certain things. That's why some people don't watch scary movies, because it actually scares them. But I used to think in my mind as a kid, like when we get older, you won't even have that problem.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
What's one scary thing or scary movie or something that scares the hell out of you when you were a kid that scares the hell out of you now?
As a kid, like for now,
So
like
name a movie and a personal.
Okay. So now I don't get scared by any movies, because I laugh at, like, I'm what you call like a cinephile, which sounds crazy.
Break that down.
But it means you watch movies and TV shows like almost religiously in a sense, but you study them and you break them down. So like you break them down by like character, by the writing, and how the actor is portraying that.
So you on IMDb?
IMDb?
Yeah, IMDb.
No, I'm not on there, but like that's how I analyze movies now. So watching scary movies, I watch it and they become comical for me, because there's a following trope, and you can kind of just read into what's going on, and then you can basically just guess everything that's going to happen
Yeah,
after.
I do say like some things are like really like
Repetitive.
repetitive. Yeah, like if she running, you know she gonna trip and fall,
Mm-hmm.
and somehow the guy gonna come out the whisk of the
Yep.
trees
Yep.
and 360 no scope her ass.
Yep.
Then then somebody's gonna pick up. Where did she go?
Mm.
And there's always gonna be the survivor.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, for sure.
There's always going to be a sex kill, like two
Yeah,
people having sex off
yeah.
somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna get killed off. Like it's always the common tropes that you can see in movies. But as a kid, movie I was scared of, like petrified of, that kind of kept me up at night was probably I would say it was two. It was Nightmare on Elm Street. I used to think Freddy Krueger could actually kill you in your sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to sleep, he'll kill you. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That, or it was anything dealing with like a demonic entity or something like that, like those type of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm trying to remember what was out back then. Not necessarily Poltergeist. Poltergeist wasn't scary for me.
The Conjuring.
Conjuring wasn't. I was a little bit older when those came out. What's the other ghost movies that was out there? Like demonic.
Your movie too.
No. The Exorcist.
Oh yeah.
That shit there.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
That's
That
crazy.
shit there used to have me shaking in
What
my
about
boots.
personally? Like, what's something that
Something that used to scare me?
Yeah.
Something that used to scare me personally was like either driving or roller coasters.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Driving or roller coasters. Driving in a sense of me getting like thinking I would get in a wreck the moment I touched the steering wheel or something like that.
That came in like high school or middle school?
No, that was when I was a kid.
Oh.
Like none of that. Yeah, that was when I was a kid.
You know the funny thing about driving? I used to ask my dad like when we'll go like drive long places.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask him if like his calf would hurt. Cause I used to think that really pushing that pedal all day.
Yeah.
But that ain't how that works.
Nah, that's not how they work at all.
Maybe the front of your leg will hurt, but not.
Something roller coasters for sure used to like scare the shit out of me because of Final Destination.
And where we grew up, we had Astroworld.
Astroworld was the
I used
shit,
to be
bro.
terrified of that dungeon drop.
Remember when we went to fucking what was that? I forgot which one this was. I forgot which time this was. I think it was Universal. Was it
in
Universal?
Florida?
I think maybe the first time. Yeah, I think in Florida, maybe the first time.
You was scared then?
Not necessarily. I think it was one ride that I didn't know what to expect. So I was a little anxious, if that makes sense. But before that time, I used to be terrified. Matter of fact, when Kima Boardwalk actually got built and they had the
the wooden one.
Before that ever got built, I was terrified of roller coasters. But as soon as that got built and I actually just hopped on it and just kind of faced my fears, it was because Final Destination used to make me afraid. Because Final Destination 3, matter of fact, because that roller coaster scene in the beginning where everybody is supposed to die, and that's how it started.
I don't remember that movie, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I think my personal fear was roller coasters, and I guess like I never liked the thought of like being impaled or like stabbed. Like that used to fear the hell out of me. So and that stemmed from watching, which I'm finna get into, the movie is Jeepers Creepers.
Oh yeah,
bro. I remember being in Lee City, right there off. I could tell you exactly where I was, bro. Lee City, off Highway 3, right there, like by Ellington. My uncle used to stay at those apartments. My Uncle Keith stayed at those apartments, like right by Ellington, and it was him, my auntie Ioana, and Lil Keith, my cousin. And so it was me, my Uncle Keith, and Lil Keith watching a movie downstairs. And I remember the closet door was like open, and like we in the living room. Jeepers Creepers playing, bro. When I say I was so scared, I couldn't even like move. Like I would look at that door and I'd be like, "Oh, that nigga in there!" Like I was a kid though, but I remember sitting on the couch and I was just crying my eyes out. My uncle like, "Just go to the room." Like if you scared, go to the room. I'm like, I couldn't go. I couldn't move. I was paralyzed on the couch. Like I was scared. And yeah, that movie like definitely petrified me. But now I look at scary movies and I'll be like, I just like whatever. I try not to watch them now because I feel like they glorify demons. So I personally don't try to watch them. And that's just for me. They ain't for nobody else. I just don't. I don't like how they, whatever, portray them. And I don't think nobody should act as an evil entity. Just me.
Right.
No shade.
No, that
Everybody
makes
can watch
sense.
what the hell they want. Me
That makes
personally,
sense.
I just don't want to act like I'm becoming something that God doesn't want me. This is my take.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because I feel like if you, that's in a way that's like you glorifying. Even though I don't even like people who play Jesus. Like, why are you playing Jesus in the movie? And the person that did play Jesus, I believe he got killed, or he said that
he had. So there was a lot of stuff that happened. He didn't necessarily die per se, but there was a lot of stuff that was going on set because like, yeah, you're making this movie, but
it's like you're mocking him.
Mockery.
Yeah, because you should never want to try to like
Try to
depict
be
the perfect
Jesus.
person.
Yeah.
You don't try to.
Or try to portray Jesus as something that you know what I mean.
And you just full of sin.
And then how accurate is the movie? Because then you have a depiction of white Jesus.
Even in The Exorcist, bro, the people who actually, they actually filmed that at the Exorcist house.
They did.
Yeah, and the people, like 3 of them died.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, the priest died.
There was even in the Poltergeist where they was doing all that. The dad and 2 of the kid actors end up getting decapitated by the helicopter at in one of those scenes by the helicopter in that movie.
Then one of them like died on the drive. He had like a heart attack on the way home. And the other one got like electrocuted.
Yep.
I say, bro, don't be playing with
don't
them,
mess with that
negative
stuff, man.
entities.
That stuff is real.
Yeah,
that stuff is real.
In reality, though, like the Bible say, like they can't bother you unless God allows you. But if you playing,
if you trying to like,
if you're provoking them,
there you go. I'm about to say that.
Yeah, you can. I ain't gonna say you can provoke them. It's not like you're supposed to just acknowledge them and just leave them alone. But like in the Bible, it tells you don't communicate with the dead
at all.
Yeah, even if you think that, like, say how people be like, my mom visited me and I saw her like her silhouette.
You don't know that.
You don't know that's your mom. That's how they play games with you. They think that they can be anything they want, and they can show themselves to you. But if you read the Bible for yourself, read it for yourself. Don't take my word. Read it for yourself, and it tell you don't communicate with it. Acknowledge them, and you know what I'm saying. Even though it's sinners, bro. You know how the vampires tried to come in the house,
yes,
and they couldn't go without permission.
Yep,
they can only come around if you allow them. That's what it is.
They cannot be in your spaces or anything.
Read the book of Job. The book of Job tells you that. It'll say the book of Job. Satan went to heaven to ask God if he can mess with Job, basically, and he was like, "Why? Job only praises you a lot because you gave him all these nice things. You gave him family, riches, lots of cattle, etc." And he was like, "If I take this away from him, and I cause pain on his life, will he still praise you?" Basically, so God let him, and Job was still faithful. Yep. His wife was telling him to curse God, and because they lost their children, and the devil killed his children, took all his livestock, took everything he had, and he was cursed with skin disease. Go read it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So if you live right, God will face a hinge of protection around you because he had a hinge of protection around Job. Anyway, yeah, definitely that, and that's what fears me the most. But a lot of that stuff stems from our topic. You know what I'm saying? I fear the most. That movie scared the hell out of me. Actually, to this day, I still don't even like to watch it, bro. When bro came off that school bus with them wings,
wow.
I said, bro, have bat. He had bat.
I said, nah. When he ripped old boy head off in the school bus,
man, and they tied him to that tree. I think he was sitting on that as a scarecrow. Man, and the bro looked up. I lost it. I said, yeah, he's crashed. He shouldn't make me crash out.
Jeepers Creepers was one of the movies that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, let's get to the topic, man. The topic is surviving high school,
man.
Coincidentally, I got a Lamarck basketball shirt on that I got this shirt in like high school. I never wore it because it was too big, but now that I done filled it out, you know, I'm a little bigger myself. So man, shout out to the LM, man.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to the city. We ain't from Houston. We gonna make that clear. I'm gonna clip this too. We not from Houston. We from Lamar. I want to make that clear. We just tag Houston's because it's a bigger. It gives you a bigger coverage when you tag it. So people from Houston can see our content. So
and we film in Houston as well.
And we film in Houston. Time, so. Yeah. So that's why. But we from G County. I'm always gonna rep Lamar.
Yes, sir.
Whenever the time comes when somebody wants to interview, we gonna say Lamar.
Lamar.
I always say that, even in like I live in different cities, and I lived in Hawaii. I lived in Pensacola, Florida. I live in Maryland now. You know what I'm saying? Even when I was in Chicago, when I was in what I tell you I was
basic training. No,
Fort McCoy.
Fort
McCoy in Wisconsin. And nigga asked me where I'm from. From Lamar. Kansas. From Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, topic is surviving high school. So when we talk about surviving high school, how did you get through? Basically what we gonna break down is how did we get through 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, and like what are some things that come with surviving high school? What are the good things, the dark times, and what was our high school experience like? Because it was definitely unique. A lot of people went to high school, but did you go to high school? Were you the guy? Were you like sports wise? Were you the guy? Were you popularity wise, were you the guy? Did people respect you? You know what I'm saying? Like, were you the guy that everybody clowned? Like, so that's what we want to cover. So when you think about surviving high school, what is your take? Like, what was unique about our high school experience and yours? We're gonna say yours specifically, and then mine specifically,
and then ours together.
Then we can blanket it and say, okay, boom, this is how we survive high school.
All right, mine individually. I guess I'll start 9th grade, 10th, 11th, and so forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start 8th grade graduation.
Mm-hmm.
My ideal of what high school would be was thinking we come in, we fresh meat, motherfuckers gonna pick on us all the time. So
was it that?
In a sense, but not really, to be honest, because when you think about it, they only fuck with the people who didn't take up for themselves, right?
That's true.
So when we had that situation in the weight room when we first got there, and I remember Justin. Shout out to Justin and Mandy.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Justin was like, this was I think after 2 days or something, and so he was like, I like them gloves. Let me get them gloves above you. And I looked at him. I was like, nah, I'm good. And then Mandy was right there too. He's like, I don't think you heard me. Let me get them gloves. Of course, this is the hazing thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I'm a freshman, but I'm standing up for myself. And so Mandy was like, all right. He was like, that's good. Keep doing your thing. So they left me alone.
Yeah.
And after that, they left me alone. But everybody else,
we gonna tag them in this, bro. We gonna tag y'all in
after that, they kind of had a little bit of respect for me because I didn't let them like just punk me or nothing like that. So I think they was really just trying to see like who was gonna go for it or who wasn't. And so that situation was like, shit, it is what it is. If I have to stand up for myself and fight, then I'm gonna have to do that. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like those times in the locker room like kind of like helped you introduce yourself to high school?
Oh, I think more so in the locker room kind of molded me because it was like it's the harshest in the locker room.
Yes, bro.
You feel me?
It's surviving the field, then surviving the locker room. It's a whole different practice.
The locker room is different because the field we can all like okay, you take your bruises and lumps. I remember like on the field doing kickoff team and K-Boo coming and cleaning my shit, right? So
we're gonna tag all of them in
like cleaning my shit, bro. And I'm a freshman. We just helping varsity out, right? So I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, we all got to take our bumps and bruises. So it's gonna come a time where I'm in the same position they is. But you get in the locker room, nigga, you better fend for yourself because it's either Eat or get ate, for real.
Bro, it was survival for real.
Man.
Bro. And I ain't even like, bro, my night. So I'm a picking my ninth grade year. Bro, when I got in the freshman, bro, I was probably like 5'2", 115. Like, I ain't got the athletic bone in my body for real. But because I ain't got the genetics everybody got. But you know, I made my own way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I remember, bro, like my intro to high school. I remember we would go to like the summer workout, and I remember everybody was doing the icky. So it was like Ike, like B-Walk and Debo, Reggie, some of the seniors, and the seniors at the time was like Mandy and Tim in them class, and
yep, Tim, Mandy.
Yeah, what's that nigga name? Two.
Was 212?
Who's the Calvin? What's that? The lineman?
Oh yeah,
him.
Cal.
K-Boo and all them, right? I remember
K-Boo,
being on the ladder,
all of
bro.
them niggas.
And LeDarren used to go there every summer. You remember, like he was there before we was there.
I was too.
Okay, I wasn't.
Yeah, I was there every summer.
I wasn't confident enough, me personally, but at that point, I was like, I can't compete with them dudes, bro. You know. But anyway, I remember they do the ladder drill on the warm up, and I remember like, we hitting the ladders in the warm up, boom, 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 so I can do all the, the regular stuff. Bro, they brought out that icky shuffle. I ain't know what to do. I was in there. They was like, "See what this nigga got going on?"
Yeah. And they'll roast your ass as you doing the drill too. So if you fucking up, not only do you have that like that voice in your head, you got them niggas roasting your ass.
And the ladder is two sides, so there's a ladder on right here on the floor, and there's a ladder right there, bro. The Old Mark weight room, if you know, bro. They will cook you and like, bro, because icky was like that. If you had that good icky, like that was something to brag about.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? But bro, I remember I said, man, I ain't got no rhythms out. And he was like, what the fuck this nigga got? Said, oh man.
Nah, for real.
So yeah, that was my intro. I said, man, like, bro, I gotta get it together. But it also pushed you to be better.
It does.
It pushes you to be better, not even like just as an athlete, but as a person, because at the same time, like when I'm finna piggyback into is like going into the locker room. That's a whole nother.
That's a whole different world.
It ain't
bro.
No coaches around. It's just
nothing.
You.
It's us.
100, almost 200-300 people because varsity had their locker room, freshmen had their locker room, JV had their locker room, and the other one, the varsity one, was mixed with seniors, freshmen, and every other. If you made varsity. So, bro, I remember my experience. Bro, they came up really quick. They came up the stairs, bro, with a PC pipe. A long ass PC pipe, bro. I tell this story and I'm so serious because I never forget it. It was like maybe like 9 foot long, bro. My locker was in the doorway, so like this the door. My locker is literally across where the camera is, like literally where the camera is, bro. It was K-Boo, Debo, and I think Reggie, and I think Calvin, bro. They threw that PC pipe at me and CJ. Literally, they was carrying that motherfucker like that log team.
And they threw that bitch in
there. Bro,
there.
they threw it. And like this is a second day, bro. I'm going through my locker, trying to
get your shit together, yeah.
Man, all I hear, boom. And like DJ next to me, Carl, he next to me. We turn around like, what the hell? And they just come in and them niggas just start rushing us. I'm in the corner. I don't even know who punched me. I'm like but they not like hitting you to where it's like they ain't like, don't get me wrong, like we ain't just get it was like having a big brother.
I was gonna say because we end up doing it our senior
year. It was like being a big like big brother his. Like, it hurt, but it ain't nothing to where like
it was like
being there
for sure. It was like one of them ones where it's like
it ain't disrespectful.
We just letting y'all know like we the big dogs in here. Y'all freshmen. Yeah. So y'all need
just a part of the
the part of the culture. Y'all need this. So when y'all get older, y'all understand like this.
Yeah, we're not getting like BB, but sure. If you bleed, you bleed.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit like low key, that shit was so fun.
It was like now I look fun, like that was fun.
That shit was so fun because it's like, all right, for sure. These niggas like, especially the ones who fight back. Like if you fighting back, even if you getting jumped and you fighting back. These niggas gonna respect you because they like, all right.
And we respected them because like we were watching some of them.
Yeah, for sure. So for sure. Like nigga, I remember being kids and when Tim and Mandy was freshmen and Mandy first got the starting job over Arthur. And then Tim started his freshman year. and watching them, and then we also playing football on the side behind the
Bro,
bleachers and
concession
shit. Like,
stand.
yeah,
By the
bro.
concession stand.
So to grow up and actually be in the same locker
Yeah,
room and shit, and have to
that was
try to
crazy.
fight these niggas off, it was that shit was hard.
Yeah, so after they got done whooping us, bro, you know, it was all love. You know, we at the end of the day, we wore the same uniform, so we was all rooting for each other. But
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That was just part of that's just what it was.
that's just what it was.
So that was my freshman intro experience, bro.
That was fresh. All right, that was freshman football.
Freshman football.
What is your freshman school year look like? Like the actual year inside, like
Man, that was
the
crazy.
classrooms
So
and the school.
we stayed in that corner, like right, like facing Bayou, like kind of where your mom and them houses. Like we stayed in that corner most of the time. So I say like my intro to high school was cool. It wasn't what I expected. Like I didn't go to Lamarck and it's like super prime years, but I went at when it gave what it gave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And hopefully it returns to that. But I remember being up there, like that's when like Wiz Khalifa was popular.
Oh,
Everybody's
yeah,
wearing
boy,
like
y'all was-
Hollister and Chugs 501s, Supras, or like Vans. Like that was I got in that
Vans.
area. So like that 2011, 2012 era. That's like when we was in school. So it was
Polos.
cool. Yeah, like
yeah.
experience in high school, like you know, growing, being around my homies and being in class with all my homies, and we didn't really learn much because we was like they was bad. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, most of the time the teachers just spent time correcting behavior versus teaching. But I had fun. I learned. I went to college. I got my master's, and we all went to college. So something came out of it. But I'm saying that it was cool. Like I had fun. Like you know that we went all the way to the 4th round.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. We should have actually won state that year.
We lost against Manville. So that was a cool experience. Like. No longer being in the stands, but like being in the
actually on the field.
Yeah, my first like 3 games too, I started at corner, but then I got pulled. You know, crazy experience. Yeah,
I forgot
Coach.
About
it was
that.
like what Coach Hathaway. You remember him?
I forgot.
I'll never forget it because I feel like they just never like really
gave you a chance.
They really never liked me.
Yeah,
because I knew I was slow as dirt, but it was like me and Trey.
I remember.
Little brother
Yeah,
Trey.
I remember. Yeah.
So,
forgot about Trey. Yeah. Shout out to Trey. For me,
what about you?
Mine, like in school, like experience was more so like, because everybody was putting that shit on. My dad used to do this thing to where, which I appreciate. He made us learn how to budget money, regardless of the fact of what's cool or what's not. He's like, all right, you get this. This is how many pairs of shoes you get throughout the school year, and this is for school. And then this is how many pairs of equipment you get for the school year for sports.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you this amount of money, right? And you gotta make sure that shit's stretched for the entire year. Mind you, you know, everybody getting new stuff and stuff like that. I'm rocking maybe like 2 to 3 pairs of shoes every day. I'm just figuring out, which I think that helped me kind of learn how to be who I am in fashion and express myself, because I only had a limited amount of stuff to pull from. I was able to kind of like work it in a way to where I didn't have to worry about it. Nobody really, you know, noticed it. And if they did, they really didn't give a fuck, you know what I mean? Because I didn't really give a fuck, you know what I mean? But also navigating through being like a little nigga and also trying to find that, like, build that high school confidence. Like, there's a confidence you have in middle school because it's middle school, who gives a fuck? But in high school is different because now you're navigating through something completely new.
True.
You got everybody who's been here for years and older and stuff like that. So maybe you do see some girls who's here and you're like, damn, she fine. But now, do you have the confidence to go walk up and talk to her? You know what I mean? So, classes was class. I did have some great teachers who I connected with, like Coach Meacham. Coach Meacham? Coach
Matthews?
No. What, Coach Matthews? No, wasn't freshman.
He taught teaching. Yeah, he did.
He taught history freshman year? Coach Matthews freshman year then. Coach Matthews, because I loved history.
You think of Coach Cheatham.
Coach Cheatham.
That's my dog.
Science. Coach
Biology.
Cheatham. Yeah. To be to be exact. Yes,
Biology.
Coach. Yes,
Coach Cheatham, my dog.
Coach Cheatham was
To this
one of the
day, I still
coolest.
got number
Bro,
love.
Coach Cheatham was one of the coolest teachers,
Yeah.
and he'll let you know too. He'll be like, "Hey, bro," he'll be like, "Continue doing this. You know what I mean? You gonna go far. Like, continue to keep your head in the books and this and that and this and that."
I think it was Coach Cheatham,
Coach Matthews, Coach
I can't remember everybody.
And I think there was another one who played a real good part my freshman year. Who was it? Mr. Bell? Was he freshman?
No, I think he was like junior.
I don't remember Mr. Bell junior year. Maybe sophomore year.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. But I did have a couple good, great teachers that like taught me some shit and who was actually cool to where I was comfortable to be able to get in my books and be like, all right, let me get my shit. Because class was never the issue. I was always great when it came down to schoolwork. It was just trying to navigate the social part of everything. Because middle school, I was part of the kind of the weird crew, but also like intertwined with the popular kids as well.
One foot in, one foot out.
Yeah, like I was more so like 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah, that's when you used to hang with like Kaylin a lot.
Yeah, Keith, my dog.
Maurice.
Shout out my dog, Maurice. Shout out my dogs, man.
What's the nigga with the glasses? His name started with a B. Oh my gosh.
It was in middle school?
Is his name Justice?
Middle school?
Yeah. I don't know. We getting on topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, he definitely did. So
now I will say one thing that freshman year that was probably one of the highlights was like when we all got moved up for playoffs. You get moved up for playoffs just to be like in numbers, you know what I mean, to look a little bit more intimidating. Yeah. But actually getting to like be on the field for one game, I think it was it Sharpstown? I think it was Sharpstown game. I actually got in and got to be on the field. A few games, I think I actually got in to be on the field for at least like a few plays or so. Just kind of getting that taste of like, okay. And I guess they see something in me because freshman year, your boy was balling. Yeah. Your boy was balling. Your boy was balling freshman year.
Crazy.
I went crazy freshman year. Shout out to Ant because he was our quarterback.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, man.
So my sophomore, like all through high school, and I can just blanket this, like, yeah, my dad was the same way, and our parents were the same way. Yeah. They'll give us like $200, and it was like, look, that's what you got for shoes. And I remember to this day, bro, like being in front of Hollister and Baybrook, my dad would be like, why go spend and get 2 pair of Jordans when you can go get you, right? Because, Journeys was next to Hollister. So it was Journeys, Hollister, then, they had that old Champs or something that used to be in the corner.
It was Mall of the Mainland, right?
No.
This was
Baybrook.
Baybrook? Okay.
Yeah, so he'd be like, why spend all that money on 2 pair of Jordans when you can go get you like multiple pair of Converse or something else? And I used to be like, not trying to hear that. I'd be like, man, I want these Fusions. I want the Fusions. I want the threes. I want this. And the whole time I'm like, damn, I gotta, make these stretch.
All year.
Give me 20. He used to give us $20 a week for like lunch money. And you literally learn how to. And sometimes like I have a little bit of lunch money left over from like a short week, and so I'll carry that over. But I'll go. I always used to give me like 2 bags of hot chips at lunch. So it did teach me how to budget and like make the most of what I got. So now that's why I think I was always interested in shoes. That's why I got so many now. Yeah. Because I always wanted all these shoes. But now I look at them as like, they just shoes. I only got 2 feet. Yeah. But at the time in high school, if I had what I had, like it would have got me like even more respect. But it wouldn't like. Yeah. At the end of the day, they just some shoes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So 10th grade. Yeah, that was crazy. I can't remember. That's like the year I can't remember much about.
What, sophomore year?
No, not really. Like I would have to go if I were to like look at when I get my laptop running. I can probably remember
pictures.
I remember more because I can't. I got to associate pictures with it. But yeah, I mean, I had a good experience too. Like that was the second year I was on JV. Then they moved me to. You remember White Team? It was like the lesser JV. Yeah, I was on that team. I remember that. But what's crazy? Like I was like hella like outstanding on White Team. Like but like for some reason,
for real, you was.
Yeah, because like y'all used to come to my games.
Yeah,
and I'd be having like 15, 12 tackles a game.
For sure, I remember.
And people can merch. I ain't, whatever. But I remember we played Cold Spring first game on white team, bro. I
remember that shit.
I remember I had like 3 sacks, 4 sacks, like hella TFLs, and I'm like, you know, wondering why I'm on like white team, but I was just buried in the depth chart for real. Like,
Yeah,
and they
that's
had
really
some
what it
guys like,
was.
bro, I wasn't like developed like everybody, bro. I wasn't that fast, I wasn't that strong. So, but I feel like I always knew where to be,
Mhm.
you know. But that was that. I was on a white team, and yeah, that was a challenge because I was like, damn, like I'm on a lesser team. It's crazy. The sophomore team is crazy, but it was what it was, and you know, when we get to the end of the conversation, I still got a scholarship.
Yeah.
So
I
people
always
paid
try
for
to
my school, so that was that.
I think for me too, like watching you go through that, I always try to make sure I was like supportive
You
and
was, bro.
making sure you was like, hey, bro, don't get in your head too much
Mhm.
because this is only for the moment. So just continue to build that confidence and continue to do your thing because
Definitely
like that
was.
shit ain't gonna last.
I can say for sure, like I definitely remember like you were rooting for me the most. Besides
Yeah.
my dad, like yeah, because like athletic trial, especially going to a school like Lamar, like if you're not athletic stud, then you kind of lose respect.
Yeah, for sure.
But I always had good people around me that just accept me for who I was, and I knew my limits. I wouldn't walk around like talking like I was all state
Yeah.
or anything like that. I was just,
You
I
just
just
trying to
played
get better.
sports. Little league, I was the guy, but then we got to high school and middle school, like I done ran across them niggas from Sims and inner city and all the other schools that Highlands, because I only used to the niggas that from Lamar, and I played for my
Real.
grandfather's team, Mainland
Mainland
Express,
Express
and some of everybody else either played for Mainland Express, Lamar Cougars,
or the Tigers
or the Tigers. Yeah,
or
so
Hitchcock
like
Red Raiders.
then we all kind of crash coursed into one another
Yeah.
in middle school. And then you had niggas that was really good at basketball. So I just played everything because I used to play everything before for like TAF and AAU and all that. But I was never like a standout stud, but all my friends were. So it kind of, I was guilty by association.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
all my friends was good. So but I was still who I am. Like one thing I always admire about like Jared Ladarian, Coop, you, the friend group Dalen, you know what I'm saying? They always accepted me for who I was. Like I ain't never try to be nothing I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And like now like it's all love, like like us, like Marty, Cam, I used to be like two dudes I used to bump heads with a lot.
For
But now
real.
it's
Y'all used to
all,
bump heads a lot
yeah,
too.
and like now it's all love, you know what I'm saying?
for
So
sure.
like we just was all like competitive in our own way. And now that we older, we kind of just reflect on it and be like,
And like that's
yeah, like like
for sure.
Jared always been my brother. Like every nigga that I named stayed in my house, been in my house. Like,
Facts, bro.
I've been to their places before.
Same.
They mama, they grandma, my grandma. It's like it's love. So like they were all good athletes and great athletes in their own ways. So my role, I used to just want to be the equal, but now it's like I know my worth and I know what I am, and that's okay. Like I ain't gotta be what they are, and they better than me in multiple things too, and I'm good at what I'm good at. So I just tried to be as good as them, and like it helped me be better and push me better. And out of the end of it, you'll see once we get to senior year. But I think that's what it was in conclusion. I think that like they were so like y'all were such great athletes that I wanted to be the equivalent, but I didn't have the genetics or I just wasn't as good as everybody, and that's okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like
for
I
sure.
don't care about being good in high school, college, and like that phase of my life is done. But at the time, like that's what I used to value.
Right.
So 11th grade year, I was on JV again. That was kind of heartbroken, but I was on the varsity, the first varsity roster. I was on there because if you remember, I was a backup behind
I remember.
Ike.
Yep.
Because it was Ike and it was I think Herb.
I think it was Herb, Ike, and I think that was it.
Yeah, it was Herb and Ike, and I was Ike's backup. They had me at number 34. I remember getting it. I remember getting the scout report, and it said Corey, ball high. You know what I'm saying? Number 30. I was like, oh nigga, I'm a varsity, like But then Coach Flores put me aside. He was like, well, we gonna see how you play in this JV game, and we gonna let the course play its course, and see where you at. And I was like, cool. And like I called my dad, I said, Dad, I'm a varsity, like I got it, whatever, we'll do. And yeah, and so I ended up being on JV, and yeah, I just played JV for that whole season, and I was kind of pooped about it because I went crazy that ball high game on JV because, like, you'll play on Thursday, and if you're good enough, you'll suit up on
Yeah,
Friday.
Friday, yep.
But I didn't even suit up on Friday. They just told me, like, yeah, you had a good game. No, basically, the proof wasn't in the pudding. But later on in life, I figured out why that happened because I still talk to Coach Flores to this day, and I figured out why. But
Right.
everybody know who is
Yeah.
that year or that generation of football who was the
Mhm.
reason why. So he told me a lot of stuff that there's a lot of people that just wasn't feeling me.
Yeah.
I wasn't stood like my friends. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I had to not only beat the eye test, but the physical, just the test of that too. So, but I got better on JV. I got a lot of repetition. I had fun. I scored touchdowns. That was cool. Had a lot of experience. That's when me and Brent got real close.
Yep.
Yeah, because Brent was on JV with me.
My dog B Jones,
Yeah,
man.
I never dropped a GYB. That stands for Got You B Word.
Yep.
Coach James, we used to run that post, and I caught every single one. I was never dropped. It probably threw it like 16 times in the season. I caught all 16. They can't say I dropped anything. So yeah, that was that. And of course, I play outside linebacker and middle linebacker. Sometimes I'll bump in the box. So I learned a lot. I ain't gonna sit here and like ponder too much on that side. High school, as far as school wise, that was cool. Like that's when I started getting taller and bigger and stronger. I was more, getting into the girl side. You know what I'm saying? I started getting taller and, finally, I ain't gonna say reaching my peak, but I was getting up there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was fun, becoming more of a man. 2014 class was the senior class. We's class of 2015. So, I didn't play basketball. I only played football, ran track, got faster from running track. That was like that's when I started becoming like more older. And I was 15 as a 11th grade. So I was always a year behind everybody. That's why I say I was underdeveloped because I was a little bit younger. So started peaking a little bit more. All my partners was on varsity at that time. I was one of the few on JV. That was a hard too, but that was a good time, bro. I enjoy 11th grade. That was cool. What about you?
My sophomore year was like the beginning of.
You didn't do sophomore year? For real? Oh, I thought you did.
No. My sophomore year was up and down in a sense of like football on the field because
that's when you was number 19.
I became a starter like out the gate on varsity football for my sophomore year, and then Coach Jackson pulled me to the side and was like, I think after 3 games he pulled me to the side and was like, we're gonna try to get the seniors some more, playing time and stuff. So he put Thomas Ward at receiver.
I remember that.
Remember, Thomas was a running back.
Yeah, but Thomas, then he moved him to slot.
Yeah, then he moved him to receiver to try to, get him some more looks. And he was like, look, we're going to put Thomas right here because he's a senior. We want to get him some looks. And, you just keep putting in work or whatever. And, your time will come when it comes. And I was like, all right, cool. I was like, was I excited about it? I was like, not really, but it was like, all right, if that's what it has to be, then whatever. So, I remember going through that, just trying to make sure I just did what I need to, kind of keep a cool head and always be on my P's and Q's and stuff. And whenever that opportunity comes, it comes. And I think that first opportunity came, Lamar consolidated the game. First play, my first ever touchdown on varsity. First play of the game. Was it Larkay 666? Larkay 777. I think it was right side. So
I could probably clip this.
It was 666
because it's on Cool Sports.
Yeah,
Man.
so Larkay
I'm gonna throw that clip in there.
And I ran the post out of the tight end formation. So I'm and I banged the corner. And as soon as I got my head around Damon right in stride, boom, a little young nigga wearing 75 yards to the end zone.
I was so turned.
When I tell you I blanked out that entire run, nigga, all I did was wake up in the end zone.
Facts.
So, but yeah, after that, it would just kind of went uphill from there. We kind of just balled out that entire season. I made a couple great plays, some more during sophomore year. Kind of went out in playoffs, did our thing. Just kind of got better at the position because I think freshman year, balling out on freshmen, you get to varsity, it's a whole different thing.
Facts.
But so I'm having Damon teach me certain stuff. Luckily, I was fortunate to learn from Bial and Ken and Dietrich while I was there to learn a couple of the shit that they was doing and teach me before we got to sophomore year. So kind of added that to it, and then school wise, sophomore year was probably one of the smoothest. It's not the smoothest. My senior year was by far the smoothest out of all mine.
Easily.
But I think that's where girls started to come along a little bit more. I guess popularity started to come a little bit more because I was balling. But yeah, it was kind of smooth. Classes is always easy to me. My classes was always easy. I actually started taking the classes that I want, like theater. Theater was probably one of my favorite classes to take, and I took that all for the next 3 years just because I enjoyed it so much. But yeah, that was pretty smooth. Junior year was definitely like up and down because that's when I first started playing both sides of the ball. Now, I wasn't privy to playing both sides of the ball in football because I wasn't really privy in football until my 7th grade year of middle school, because I was playing soccer. I played football little league for like one season, maybe like a half a season for Lamarck Tigers, and I was done. I was like, I don't want to play football. I played soccer all the way up until middle school came around, and then kind of got that ultimatum by my parents, like, look, bro, you can't do both. You got to do one. Because I was playing soccer, middle school, soccer and football 7th grade year. They told me 8th grade year, you got to choose which one you want to play. Like, all my friends is playing football, so let me play football. But I love soccer. So that was like a huge sacrifice. So I knew if I had to drop something that I love, I was going to have to literally lock in. So, but yeah, junior year was pretty cool. Start playing both sides of the ball. First game against Tech City, got faded up by money because one, they didn't want me to jam press, and then two, Reggie ass wasn't what he was supposed to be.
Look at the camera.
And nigga, Reggie ass wasn't where he was supposed to be. And I'm talking about red cover 2. You got the top, nigga. You got the top. Ran right by my ass for the first touchdown, first play of the game. My pop said all week, they going to try you first play of the game.
I remember
and
that.
I knew it. And I told Coach Jackson, let me get my hands on him.
Yeah, that touchdown was like going to that way.
Yep.
Yeah,
and he's like,
first play.
He's like, no, we want you to play off. It's cover 2, so Reggie should be back there. I was like, all right, bet. Then I'm not going to do nothing. I'm going to just play my, cover 2. What was Reggie? Nowhere to be found.
Reggie, I'm going to tag you in this clip.
No, but yeah, we ended up getting our ass smacked that game. Like smacked. Like D ran all over our asses. Like that nigga could not go down for and it was on live television too. So we got our ass.
What was the score of that game?
It was like 56-21.
I remember like we put like a decent amount of wins. I wasn't playing.
I think it was like 56-21. It's on the thing. We got our ass smacked.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like kind of like my first time playing both sides. So it's up and down because I got the seniors kind of depending on me too.
Did you play both sides against Ball High? We always play Ball High first.
No. I think Tech City was my first time. Tech City was my first time playing both sides of the ball. And I know like Lewis Allen was getting on my ass. Like they was getting on my ass because it's like I'm trying to play both positions, but you know how they was on defense. They was like, nigga, you got to get it together because like if you falter, like we gonna fuck up. You know what I mean? Like it ain't gonna be straight. So I think I stopped playing both sides and chasing took my spot.
Chasing and was Skinny?
It was chasing and Skinny.
Speaking of Skinny 2013.
That was
yeah, Skinny.
That was our sophomore year. Yeah, Skinny.
Yeah, that's when
corner.
we met Skinny.
Yeah, we met Skinny. Skinny played corner and basketball. Skinny was really a hooper.
I forgot he hooped.
Skinny was a hooper
because he
at
did
first.
basketball, track.
Then I don't know what was it, but he said, you know what? One year he was like, let me come. I think it was senior year. He was just like, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
he
go
did. That
play
was the only year
basketball.
he played.
Yeah, I'm gonna go play
Yeah.
football. So I was like, oh shit. So we
Mhm.
kind of met Skinny through football and basketball. His senior
Really
year.
track.
Yeah, track.
Track is when we really got
we was
cool.
burning it. Oh, I ain't even talk about track those years.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get back to that. Nah, but yeah, for that season, I got my defensive spot taken by Chasen, which I mean, it was the right call to make because Chasen was locking down shit all
Jason was
over the
nice.
place. Chasen was doing this thing. Shout out to Chasen. And so that was kind of up and down, and just kind of trying to find my way on being able to do both things at once and not being like trash at one and
Mhm.
being good at the other. So I had to kind of like learn and be patient and kind of learn from motherfuckers who was actually good at one position. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that junior year school was great. School was pretty solid. The more girls was coming in, girls from other schools and shit like that after games and shit. I think that's when we started taking missions in the Jetta and shit like that. So taking missions in the
Yeah, you
Jetta
too loud, bro.
and shit like that. I guess I can go through track season through freshman through junior since we about to get to senior. Freshman through junior year, track season was I had a love-hate relationship with track. I love track meets. I hated track practice.
Oh, fast.
I hated the anxiety that I had before my race in track meets, but track practice was probably the worst thing ever because it's track practice. So we used to have this thing before every year before track, like the
50
track season start, the 50-second run, nigga.
I already knew he was about to
Oh
say.
my goodness, the 50-second run. When I tell you the 50-second run used to have niggas not even sleeping at night.
And I'm one of them.
Oh my goodness, niggas used to be so fucking paranoid. Now, my specialty was 400 meters. I ran it with Bial, I ran it with Drake, and I ran it with Damon. Who else? I ran it with some other
Quincy.
motherfuckers who was good at it as well.
Quincy.
So Quincy, my brother. So like 400.
And Drake was the GOAT, though.
Drake was
Nobody was faster than
Drake
Drake.
was cold. 400 was my shit.
Mm-hmm.
400 was Drake's shit, but 400 was my shit. That was my 400, 4x4, and then I think I ran the 4x2. But yeah, I think freshman year, I ran the 400 and the 4x4. Me and Bial, my first ever meet was at Manville. Me and Bial had a bet. I told him, all right, I'm gonna place better than you. You know what I mean? Of course, he a senior at the time, so he been doing it. So we was in different heats. I ended up coming in, I think, third or second in my heat. He ended up coming in, I think, like second or third in his heat.
Mm-hmm.
But our times was kind of like right there. I was just a little bit behind him. Sophomore year, that's really when I got into my bag in track. When I tell you we went all the way to what? Regionals sophomore year, we was dominating. 4x1, 4x4, 4x1, 4x2, 400 I was killing. Junior year, we got even better. My junior year, we end up going to regionals and I think like 2 of the relays. And then I think the 400, I end up going to regionals. I don't remember. I think the regionals. Senior year, though, I'll let you do senior year.
No, you got it.
Senior? Okay, my senior year all together was great. My senior year was perfect. Besides the little love triangles and shit like that was going on, all that bullshit that was going on, dealing with the women. Besides that, everything else was great because I was having a time. I didn't care. I used to show up to school with the LSU blanket wrapped around my waist and just a shirt on and some shoes. I used to just principal didn't care. I used to go on trips that I wasn't even supposed to go on because principal fucked with me. And Ms. Earps used to be like, I'm gonna bring you. And I used to get excused because I was a star athlete. I was star in track. I forgot to talk about basketball, but that's for here or there. I was star in track. I was star in football. Senior year, I didn't play basketball, but freshman through junior, I did. Senior year, I took a break to be with my boy so we can be the the trainer with the managers
the
for the girls
the
team.
girls basketball manager.
The managers for the girls
Yeah,
team.
we wasn't managing nothing. We was trying to go. We was trying to go see what the other teams had.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
so
we wasn't managing nothing.
we wasn't managing shit.
Yeah, we ain't do that.
But yeah, football was great. I was a star player on both sides of the ball. The highlights is up there. Shout out to Mike Lockwood who got that 2020 that 2014-2015 season on there for the Lamar Cougars. We did our thing. Shout out to Coop, LD, Daquan. Everybody was really like everybody who was the core, like seniors who was really balling. My boy finally start coming into his own, start making some plays, getting on the
Facts.
field. Coaches start
Got
trusting
some
him
burn.
more.
Yeah.
My dog started eating, and we all like when I tell you we all just kind of started eating together. We really just started eating together, and that mean like lunch, like classes. We used to hang out together. I remember 2 days before that season started. We all did 2 days, and we all went to my crib. I remember we all was like, not me, Dalen, Coop, you. Who else was in that motherfucker?
There.
Ladarian for sure. Ladarian. Who else? It was
Brent.
Brent. It was a couple of us, and when I tell you we all was just knocked out over the living room, like in the living room. That's how I knew. I was like, oh yeah, them my niggas. Them my
we
niggas
wasn't
for sure.
there. I was at my grandma's house down the way in South Acres.
But senior year was chef's kiss.
So for me, senior year, that was good. Like I finally athletically got on varsity, ran varsity track, but obviously, I wouldn't. I'm sorry, I didn't even run track my senior year.
No,
because I had no reason to. They was just threatening me, so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna be prepared to go to school because I ain't got no scholarship yet. So so I got on varsity. My first game I played was against Ball High, but I didn't play on defense. I only played special teams. I actually almost quit that game because Flores told me at halftime they was gonna put me in because Ant was having a hard time. I love you, Ant. That's my brother. But he was having a hard time at the time, and I was his backup. So I was like, all right, you gonna put me in that spur. Long story short, he never put me in. So I was pissed because I had all my family come. Like I was excited. Like I knew I was gonna play. Nah. So I get to the locker room. The game over. We won like 13-6 or something like that.
That was a good ass game, boy.
And I wouldn't, Coach Jackson was doing a huddle at the end of the game. I walked off. I was I was having emotion. Like I was just being emotional. Honestly, I was over it because I'm like, man, I put in all this work in the summer, and it's still not working out. So I just gave up because my journey was so hard just to get to that point. And the fact that I didn't play, I was pissed. So I walked off. I'm taking my stuff off, I'm crying, walking down. Coach Flores said, hey. I was like, I turned. I'm like, get you.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, and he said, hey, Court, come here. And I was like, I just stopped. And he grabbed me. He was like, what's wrong? I was like, Coach, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm tired. Like, I put in all this work, and I'm not seeing nothing from it. So I'm going to just go to the classroom. And he was like, he just told me, like, keep going. Like, I was going to put you in, but it's just the situation. Like, mind you, I wasn't jealous of nobody. Like, right. I wanted Ant to thrive. Like, that ain't about him or anybody else. It's just me personally. Like, I did a lot of driving, waking up early in the morning, trying to be better, investing in this and like hyping this up, telling my parents like, yeah, I'm gonna get right this year. And like, it just all came crashing down. So, at that time, like what I was going through my head, I'm like, I'm just tired of doing all this. Like, I want them to succeed still. I want them to win. I just don't want to be a part of it because I can't. Like, I'm trying too hard. I feel like I'm giving too much. And, like I still stayed, I told everybody I was sorry. Well, I told Flores I was sorry. I don't even think Jackson knew I walked off.
I don't think so.
Because I would have definitely got kicked off.
No, he would have kicked you off for sure.
So next game we played Tech City, and had a hard time or something happened. And
we all had a hard time that game.
It wasn't like just singing out Ant. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I had a hard time when I got in too.
Shit, we all, nigga, I missed the tackle that let Frank break out for a touchdown. I said nah.
So I got in. Literally the first play I got in, they ran at me. Usually that happens, right? Like when they switch somebody out and put like a backup in, they're gonna run your way. And so they ran my way. I got off the block, the wrong side, but we was on the short side of the field, so it didn't matter. Got off on the inside, made a tackle, and that was my first tackle. And I looked at Flores, and he was like, Well, shit, you know, I was like, bro, I've been on standby waiting to do something. I ain't want Ant to. I just want Ant to bump over. He can play like the weak side. I don't remember who the weak side back. I think it was Coop. Coop played. Coop was the weak side.
Yep.
I wanted us all to eat, but it was you and Coop.
It was both of us, yeah, because I played.
It was you and Coop.
Yeah,
so I actually wanted to play weak side. I didn't want to play wide side. But in that game, I got in a weak side or something. So maybe Ant didn't get out. I don't know. I had to go look at the film. Long story short, yeah, that's when then I started playing on varsity the rest of the time. Then obviously against Hampshire Fernet, I got cut. And Jackson made like a big ass deal about it, bro. When Darian was getting cut, though. Everybody was getting cut. But when I got cut,
who was in that position. LD got cut, you got cut, Coop got cut,
nigga had me doing
Daly got
that.
cut,
Yeah,
everybody
had
getting
me
cut.
Nigga had me on right hand and left hand, green and red. Nigga cut the hell out of me. But I was like, I told Floyd, I said, bro, they been getting cut all game. So why when I get cut one time, like it's a big, you know? Yeah. But he was like, that's his grace with you. Like he said,
that's how much grace period you have.
He didn't believe in me like he believed in everybody. He had favoritism.
Yeah,
like, you know,
for sure.
I don't
for
care
sure.
if he see it, but it's the truth.
I was one of the favorites.
He had favoritism. Everybody knows that. But that's okay, right? Like I think he's a great man. He at least he gave me an opportunity, but the spade is a spade.
I don't know about great man, but he was all right.
He had favoritism. Yeah. But yeah, then that was my last game I ever played. And other than that, I was just on special teams. So at that point, I had enough film from because special teams is where I made most of my money. And I compiled a highlight tape. It was about 12 minutes. I went to the Houston Showcase.
I remember that.
I left there with 12 scholarships.
I remember that.
12. And if anybody calling my bluff, I can pull it. Bro, niggas, I left there with 12 scholarships because one, my grades was good. Because I knew I wasn't an athletic stud, but to this day, like my job, I use my brain. So, you know, I knew I was competent. So I knew that would take me further than the ball would.
Yep.
So, yeah, I left there with like 12 scholarships and didn't take none of them. I actually went to Texas State. And then I took my Bethany scholarship that offered me, him, Gerald,
we end up
Brent,
going together.
We all started going together. So I still got a full 90% scholarship, I think it was. School was paid for. So if you do the math, it was worth almost $200,000.
Yep.
So it all works out like that. And that taught me like just stay my path, stay my journey. Like, you know, like if I ain't went through none of those hardships, I love where I'm at in life right now. Like I got a master's degree. I love where I'm at. God is good. Like it's all good. All glory to God. It's not me. So, you know, so it all worked out throughout that whole journey. And school-wise, senior was smooth like me and D. Like everything that he said was reflective to me because that's when me and bro got real tight.
Like, we was like this.
Yeah, I was even tight with his brother, actually. Like Quincy.
Before me, though.
Yeah.
Quincy. He was tight with Quincy.
Yeah, me and Quincy was real. Like, Quincy was my best friend, basically. And, then D collateral. So I was always cool in the James household, in my opinion. And, and that was that. Then, so overall, you know, unless you want to wrap it up.
I mean, overall.
How we survived high school is exactly what we told you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sports heavy, but that's what my school values.
Yeah.
They value sports. Education was education,
second, bro.
But at the end of the day, we valued sports way more. So,
like,
that's how we survived.
Now, don't get us wrong. Like, the culture in Lamarck was sports first, academics second. You can finesse academics. You know what I mean? That's how we operated.
We're trying to change that narrative.
But I kid you not, everybody who had like some type of impact on the team was like me, LD, Coop, Dalen. Like for the most part, when it came to like getting our shit done, mind you, you know, kids and shit like that, you may be like slacking in some areas, but I can speak for me. For the most part, I made sure my shit was taken care of. Even AP classes, I knew most of my niggas was in AP classes. And then my senior year, I only literally had like 1 or 2 classes, and they were auxiliary classes, what they call the fucking.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, electives. Like just electives. So it was theater again, and then gym. Nigga, I'm already in athletics, so how can I have gym? So it was like my senior year. Every time lunch hit, gone. I'm gone. Yeah. I don't even have to come back to school until it's time to practice.
I feel like we can talk more on this topic.
Yeah, I want to. But we're gonna do another episode of this.
Yeah, we definitely
and expand some more into detail because we forgot like 7-on-7s. I forgot basketball, us being
Like
managers.
high school sports.
Yeah.
College sports.
Us being managers. College, we can speak about
college sports.
we can talk about college. Yeah, for real. So it's crazy, man. Yeah, man. But that's
how we survive high school, man.
Yeah, man. That's a little bit
It
of
ain't
how we survive.
Well, I'll tell you what though, Lamar ain't for everybody.
Nah,
and people wonder why like we're calloused mentally. Like it ain't no joke you can tell, ain't nothing you can say, ain't nothing you can do. Like Lamar is like, it's ghetto, but now I love how we're changing the narrative so it won't be that way. But I loved it. I loved everything about it, the good, bad, and the ugly. Like that's how we survive. Like it made me even better to this world. Shout out to Lamar, bro. Like
LM, man.
I wouldn't want to go to no other school. I had opportunities to go to Dixon with Asia, Clear Falls, because I stayed in that area. But I chose the L. Like I drove every day from Bay Cliff to go to high school just to make sure I be finished with my dog. So yeah, bro. Like no shade to Jared. Me and Jared was just talking about that the other day when he transferred to Springs. Then he went to Creek. So no shade to Jared. We know, bro. You had an NIL,
bro. We could have been something,
NIL, bro.
We could have been something, my dog, for real.
Shout out Jared. That's my brother.
But shout out to all our niggas who doing something with themselves, who graduated from Lamar and changing the narrative.
Class 2015, 14, 13,
like, shout out to
11, 16.
I want to name
18.
names, but I don't want to name names because I don't want to forget nobody who actually doing shit. But like the people that we see on a daily basis, like whether it's social media or like we talk to or whatever, like LD, Mike, Ike, shout out to fucking Dalen and them. Shout out to everybody who doing something, who
Jared,
came, Jared, everybody, man, who doing
my
something
brother,
from
Marty.
Lamarck, because like Quentin got his own post, like Alvin got his own
Trey with LD.
Fuck, who else, man?
Trey.
Who else doing photography? What's his name? Shout out to Jimmy Loa. Everybody doing their fucking thing.
And D Bland went to Lamar for a little bit.
For what, a year and a half, huh?
Yeah, D Bland.
Shout out to D Bland. Man, shout out to shout out to G County, because motherfuckers is really like changing the narrative of how we are perceived in G County, and they're being entrepreneurs and doing shit. And so like we trying to, change the narratives of what G County looks like, or what the education from G County looks like. So shout out to all my niggas who doing their thing, man.
And there's no shit. Like we just speaking about Lamar. Like obviously I know like people from Texas City, Galveston. And we can get there on another episode. But for sure, like, if you went to the L and I named you, bro, like that's great, bro. I love to see everybody do well. Like I ain't never been no hater.
Nah,
like,
I never hated.
Let's all eat, bro. Because there's so much talent down there. But yeah, that's how we survive high school, bro. And like we got so much more.
We got a whole bunch of like detailed
that's
stories.
Like scratching the surface. But we can think of another dynamic of a topic. But that would be all, man. We don't want to run it too long.
Yeah.
And we want to keep y'all interested, man. So we appreciate y'all tapping into the DipdNWhipd podcast, man, with your boy Young Health, Treble Clef Health, my boy.
Off with the sauce, my dog, man.
We're gonna come back to y'all again, man. We appreciate it. We coming live from Jersey City too, man.
Yeah, man.
Y'all see the green couch, y'all know we in Jersey still. So.
About to head to Central Park and go and get some workout in, man. So
and maybe you can talk some of this too.
Yeah.
Like some of that. So.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right, man, we get back with y'all. All right, G.
Oh. That was. Especially when you can talk about